Hello YouTubers, Charles here, back playing more Kerbal Space Program First Contract. And we have a bunch of contracts here that we can fulfill. And some is going to Minmus, some is going to the moon. But I really want to, I think we're going to rescue Aldgee, Kerman, and perhaps test the mainsail engine. And then we'll see where we can go from there. Let's see if there's any other contracts first, though. That's... well... it's a bit of money, but, is anything that... ooh, that is a nice bit of science. What is this? Test the KR-2L advanced engine on a suborbital trajectory. If I take just a second here... and pull up the parts here, the KR-2L. Why don't I see that? Oh! Oh! Okay, that is the big single-engine NASA part. It's a lot of science, though, but that's gonna... I'm gonna take this, but we're not gonna do this right now. Yeah. Structural pylon in flight. We can test a structural pylon in flight. Yeah. Up to 15 kilometers. Test the TR-2C. TR2... oh, that's the small stack separator. It's a nice bit of science. I'm not sure how easy it would be to test. Especially that's... well... I won't say that's a little on the fast side. Up above 10 kilometers, it's pretty easy to go over 200. Below 10 kilometers, well, I won't say it's hard to go over 200, but... what do we got here? LVN atomic rocket motor on escape trajectory. Oh, wow. Test the PB ionic electric propulsion system orbiting Kerbin. Decent amount of science. Very nice amount of reputation. And that's, good deal of pay. And, I mean, that should be easily doable. Test a stack separator. Well, we're not going back to Minmus right away, so... okay. R2L. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to do that now, but structural pylon. Alright. Let us build a ship and attempt to rescue I can't pull that up more. Well, I know what I need to do. I am going to get the 2-man lander can as the base of the ship. I'll only have one Kerbal in it. But that will allow us to fit another Kerbal and bring him back. So what do we need on this? Well, we need a parachute at least, if not 2. So there will be our 2 parachutes. And then well, we need to test an ion engine. So is that under utility as well? $80 for 100. I guess it's under propulsion. Oh. Do we not have the fuel for it? I guess we don't. I'm guessing that doesn't really matter for the test. Gonna do the rescue. We are not going to do the KR2L engine. I want to test the structural pylon. Test the ion. I want to test the mainsail. And this is going to be expensive. You know what? Let's we're gonna cover the flag a bit, but the mainsail engine costs quite a bit. So if we could bring that back, that would be great. Not sure how much fuel that will be, but I'm hoping that with the 4 parachutes and maybe a little help from this engine, we can land this safely. So this is what we're coming back with. Now we just need to get this into orbit. And, well, let's see what we can do about that. we're gonna need to have a stage here. Actually, we'll need a little bit more. If we're gonna rendezvous, we're gonna need some RCS to do some maneuvers. It's 100 RCS, it's 50. How much are these? It's 40. But they're less, or cheaper, I should say. 100 should be plenty. It may be too much. And we'll go with that. And we'll stick the ion engine up the top. Actually, let's take this off. We're gonna need some thrusters though. And no, not X. It's center of mass. Something like that. Looks about good. Gonna want some lights because we typically wind up rendezvousing on the dark side of the planet. So hopefully that will keep everything nice and lit up. Did I grab a skipper engine accidentally? I think I might have. That would have been... oh, come on. I go with a skipper engine here. It's not as powerful, but I don't think we need all that power. This will be the upper stages getting us into orbit, basically. We found out last time that these KR 2x1s are pretty powerful. They're also pretty expensive, but they're pretty powerful. Let's move these down. And while these were really powerful as well, I don't think I have the control. They Went a little wrong last time. Let's do 4 of these. I hope. Are you gonna... Let's do 2 pairs of 2. Looks a little close. Okay, and then we'll do something like that. And with a few tweaks, that will be my ship. So, let's get that all set up. We need some space tape. That should hold everything secure, more or less. We'll get some solar panels. What else do we need? Testing turbojet, testing the mainsail, the ion system, structural pylon. Almost forgot about that. Also going to do a bit of asparagus staging with these. Let's zoom in here. So this bottom engine will run off the fuel from these boosters until they run out. And kind of want to put a nose cone on these just for looks. It'll actually probably weigh down the ship more. There we go. That's got our nose cone there. Okay. We'll have all the engines at launch. And hopefully the solids will go first. And then the liquids, and then later on we'll get rid of the center stage here, and I think that's a plan. It's a little on the expensive side, but that's what I get. I'll take one accelerometer, one pressure sensor, Oh wow, those are expensive. And we'll take a thermometer as well. Where can I stick you? Don't want to make it too off balance, but I'll stick it right there. I believe they're light and don't really affect the balance of the ship. What do we have? I keep forgetting. Been on mission 17. This will be mission 18. And of course I didn't want to do that. Control Z. Mission 18. That should be it, I believe. Let's go launch this thing. Wait. Bill, why did you sneak back in there? You need an open seat. Launch. Alright, there's a little bit of wobble. Hopefully, nothing that will affect the mission significantly. Oh! I wanted a structural pylon. We'll have 2 structural pylons, and I'm really hoping. There they go. Well, I'm hoping they're after the solids, but I can quickly rearrange things if that happens to not be the case. And of course, whenever I save, Bill sneaks back onto the ship. You'll go on the next mission, Bill. Okay. We have Jebediah. We have lights. We have contracts. We are not testing that. We are testing the structural pylon. We will test the ion system and the mainsail engine. I wish all the open ones would go to the top or the bottom so you could... Can you... No, you can't rearrange, you can just drag them up. Or drag the list up and down. I guess for now, though, we'll look at the resources until we get close to dropping structural pylon on the solids. Okay, I'll throttle up for launch. Probably need to throttle back, I hope. And we are go in 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Oh yeah, let's throttle back. Looks like the solids will go before 7,000, which is what I want. Alright. We are really overpowered. Which is kind of also what we want. And that was not what we wanted. How are we doing? Not good. Well, we were going to space. That had plenty. But the engine was taken out. Oh, wow. Why do we have 2 engines here? Oh. Obviously. Alright, we are boarding back to the Space Center. That's close enough. Let's save the rest of the fuel for landing. So I have a feeling we may need it. What kind of science can we get here? Log temperature. Log pressure. That's worth nothing. Log pressure. Still in the upper atmosphere. Wonder what counts as lower atmosphere. Alright, well, flying at Kerbin. You've already been flying and have that. Alright, I'm going to activate the parachutes now. Hopefully when they open fully, they will adequately slow us. This will be a good test for next time. Okay, not really. We're going to need to use these engines to slow us down. So the lights start to get really focused. We will need to do that. Alright, that should be good. Barely using any fuel. We're down to 4 meters per second. And that's what I didn't want to do. Don't break. Okay, I slowed up too much, and if you start going up, the parachutes collapse, and, well, that's what happened. Plenty of power. That's good. Can we get pressure data? Sure, it's not much, but it's something. Seismic data. Well, we apparently also already got seismic data, but, hey, it's something. Crew report. Okay. Let's recover. We got a little bit of science. He recovered a decent amount. Because we were able to save the expensive engine and, well, that was most of it, I think. Lander can was 3,000. 5,000 was the engine. Oh, the ion was also relatively expensive. And the barometer. And we got Jebediah back. Alright, there's a relatively easy fix for this. I hope. Oh yes, right here. We are going to use some Separatron little thrusters so that these move away from the vehicle. And we're just gonna basically well, no, you should be up here. And then these just have to be rotated the other way around. Should be down further. Yeah. Now these should be, well, the solids will be gone by then. These should be aimed out past the ship so it won't damage anything, and hopefully it may impart a rotation, but hopefully the linear thrust will move it away before the rotation becomes a problem. Okay. And you know what? I was completely wrong. These need to be up here. At this point, because we did get the science for this, well, forgot what it was called. The structural pylon, that's what it was. Don't see it in structure, though. Why is that? Oh, because I only had it for the test. We're going to call this 18A, and we're going to save it. And we're going to make sure that Bill, yeah, I did say next flight, but this one didn't really go anywhere, Bill. So let's try this launch again. This time we don't have to worry about any tests, so we can just keep an eye on our fuel usage and whatnot. I'm just going to start off at half thrust because, yeah, it was overkill last time. So let's launch in right after we fix the staging. Let's launch in 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Doing nicely. Approaching 125. Now we're approaching 2 kilometers. 140. 50 meters per second. 3 kilometers now. And we're approaching 200 meters per second, so throttling back to 1/3. We're at 6,000. Solids will run out in a second. They are gone. And we're going to stay at just under 200. Until we pass 10,000. Alright, we're over 200. We're picking up speed. We're at 10,000 now. We're starting our gravity turn. I'm going to go over to about 45. Because we have the thrust. And, yeah, let's actually just really need to worry about anymore. We can pick up lots of speed, and yes, they have moved away nicely now. And we got our apoapsis about 30 kilometers up, and it's climbing still. And our speed is about 600 and increasing, which is good. Let's set our target. He is about 100 kilometers up. And he's ahead of us, so we want to stay a bit lower than him so we catch up, so we have a smaller orbit, so we have less distance to cover. So I'm going to stop about 80, and then we'll do our circularizing burn. Alright, that looks pretty good. And we have half a fuel tank left. We got about a minute and a half until this node. $82.79, that looks pretty good. We'll have about 1,000. About a kilometer per second of delta V to gain, and says it'll be about a minute burn. I always like to burn a little early on the circularizing burns because you don't want to start going back down. So let's start about now, about 3/4 of the way in. I move you right there. Well, now we're burning way too much. I shouldn't have messed with this. I just want to get this about 80 as well. We're going too high here. It's always a tricky part. How are we doing on fuel? Doing okay on fuel. Not quite in a true orbit yet. That will do us. Just a little dab will do you. So that is in 5 minutes. Just want to aim properly. We're probably close enough. I mean, I just want to raise the periapsis up slightly, so I'm just gonna get it up above. That's probably really good. So now it's just orbit until we start getting close. And since we're not in a high orbit, we're going to take a while. Well, since our orbit is close to the size of the orbit of Aldgee, we're not actually making that much up. the only thing I want to do is point our solar panel at the sun so that we do gain energy as we go around here. That should be pretty good. We just... SAS is using some power right now to stop us from wobbling. Here we go. We're getting, yeah, 1 or 2 a second. While we're in the sun, that's pretty good. So let's go around here. So we're going to be 250 kilometers away. And we pass, be 100. So we'll catch up 150. So the next time we'll be past him. So we'll want to do a maneuver. So let's actually slow down here for a second. We wait to do the maneuver until here. How close are we now? Alright, that's 1.1 kilometers is not that bad. No, looks like we can even get that down further. No. 0.8. Oh. Alright, so that'll be our plan. We will come around here, do a tiny burn, and wind up about 1 kilometer away. Can't quite see him yet. If he was a ship, he'd show up about 100 kilometers away. But since it's just a Kerbal, I think you have to be much closer than that. He's not quite 100 away yet. 4, 103, 97. Don't see him. He should be almost in front of the sun. Well, we still got about 7 minutes until our burn. Alright, we got about 1.5 minutes. And we've rotated out of alignment with the sun somehow again. But we need to turn on RCS, and of course I spun the wrong way. We need to thrust forward. We need to raise our altitude. We've got plenty of RCS, so RCS will help us well, aim better, rotate around quicker, and more accurately. Again, we're not pointed really well at the sun, but we do have decent power reserves, I think. Alright, we have about 25 seconds. This is just going to be pretty light. I'm going to start, well, maybe at 6 seconds to go. I only go up 10% or so. Alright, we're going to begin the burn now. And, well, oh, I turned off RCS. I'm trying to use RCS to get the rest. Okay. That puts us, well, 1.1. Now, 60 kilometers away. Still no actual sighting. Just put a maneuver here. Something like that. Oh, there he is. About 10 minutes. Let's fast forward in. We are slowly catching up, about 5 minutes to go. Alright, looks like he's going to be a bit above us, which is it's just fine. Alright, we got about a minute. It's not what I wanted. We're gonna need to bring our relative velocity to 0. Alright, let's prepare to do that. Gonna use RCS for the rest. Point 1. I think that's pretty darn good. Can we switch to him? Yes, we can. Hey, wake up. Your ride's here. How do we... That's the problem. I don't know how to face the camera. Alright, so we're closing in. Not very quickly, but he's much more maneuverable than the ship is, so it's much easier to get him closer than the ship. I thought it was space to face the camera, but does not seem to be the case, actually. Anyway, we're doing pretty good at getting closer. We'll worry about orientation when we are actually about to grab the side. Alright, we're about half the distance we originally were. It looks like I'm getting closer vertically a lot quicker than horizontally. That's fine. Alright, we are 350 kilometers out. Meters, not kilometers, meters, 350 meters out. 300 now. And dropping a little too low. Alright, we're 150. Let's slow down a bit. Under 100. About a meter per second. Slow down there. Alright. Alright, there's the capsule, so the entrance, or capsule, there's the window, so the ladder is right over here. Grab, board, alright. We have rescued. How are we doing on everything else? Doing okay power-wise. Well, we've half rescued him. Explore the moon. Launch, no. Oh, hey, look at that. We are good for this engine start. That is this engine. Okay. We're good for mainsail engine. Which means staging. And staging once more? Or do I just have to throttle up at this point? Okay, we've tested the mainsail. And that is all the tests we wanted to get in. Now we just have to land. Kerbal Space Center is right over here, so I'm gonna say we want to slow down, not speed up. But next time around, we come in for a landing. So let's quickly do that. Oh yeah, powering back up. Alright, that's probably not far enough out. Something like that should be good, I think. So let us use all my RCS. Oh, okay, no, we didn't. We're pretty maneuverable now. We don't need the RCS, really. Alright, we got the burn in just a few seconds. I guess that looks pretty good. We are now suborbital. So let's fast forward around. Alright, we have hit the atmosphere. Still got a ways to go. Let's just past those mountains there, I think. Alrighty. Maybe a bit high, but there's a nice sunrise. And we should be getting caught by the atmosphere relatively soon. There we go. Yeah, that's Kerbal Space Center right there. Alrighty. This may actually be a really good landing. Right near Kerbal Space Center. May wind up being slightly short, but for basically just guesstimating, I'm going to be a lot closer than I would have thought I would have arrived. Only, there we go. I'm hoping by landing on this lighter colored area, we'll be able to get a different bit of science. Which is really the only reason I was using fuel there. Come on, get over. Okay. Didn't get over as much as I would have liked. And this time I'll be a lot more careful with the engine here. Prevent this from going back up. This should be about 60, 70, not more than 100, so I'm gonna oh! What did we lose? Just lose the parachutes? Kerbal Shores? Keep that data. Keep that data. Log temperature. Hey, we got a little bit of science out of that. True report. Can we EVA you? Careful there. Hey, okay. I don't think we actually ever got stuff here. Alright, set a little flag. Rescue mission needs rescuing. Now, the way that was, I was hoping I'd be able to get on the, don't break anything. Well, let's recover. Okay. What do we got here? Mission 18. Debris, recover. Cover. This should be recover most of the ship. Got some more science. Got some funds back. And we got a new crew member. And we got 72 science from that. 135 science. Some money and reputation. More science here for the structural pylon. And I think these are ones from last time that I forgot to clear. Any other debris? I'm not sure if recovering the debris from here actually nets you anything. Cover. Anything that's landed at Kerbal we want to recover. Okay. Well, I think that will be it for this mission, or this episode. Gone a little long here. But we'll have, we can pick out 2 things next time. Probably this and one other thing, and then hopefully head off to the moon. So that's the plan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.